Welcome back to Discovera. Today, we'll be presenting to you the top 10 most amazing animal facts that we bet you never learned in school. And the last one is the most shocking fact that totally blew our mind. So no more waiting, let's dive right in. Number 10. Wood frogs' freezing ability. Wood frogs have the ability to endure harsh winters by freezing their bodies for as long as 8 months. As winter sets in, wood frogs begin producing a large amount of glucose, flooding every cell in their bodies to prevent ice from forming within each cell. In other words, while ice forms around the cells and organs externally, the insides of the cells remain unfrozen, allowing them to survive the freezing process that could kill other animals. You won't notice any muscle movement, heartbeat, or even breathing in a frozen frog, but they are very much alive, just in suspended animation. As temperature rises, the wood frog undergoes a thawing process from the inside out. Initially, the heart resumes its rhythm, followed by brain activity, and eventually limb movement. Number 9. Snails' crazy sleep schedule. Unlike humans, snails aren't bound by day and night. Generally, they nap on and off for 13 to 15 hours, followed by a burst of energy for the next 30 hours to do their snail chores. And that's not even the craziest part. Certain land snails can sleep for up to 3 years if the weather is not ideal for them. Snails rely on moisture for survival, so if the weather doesn't provide enough moisture, they might enter hibernation in winter or estivation, also known as summer sleep, to dodge extreme temperatures. During this downtime, they'll coat themselves in mucus to fend off dry or hot weather. While it might sound luxurious, snails don't always spend 3 years in their own mucus. When conditions are just right, they tend to stick to a more regular sleep routine. Number 8. Stonefish, the world's most venomous fish. Just like its name suggests, a stonefish looks remarkably similar to a stone, blending in perfectly among rocks and coral reefs. And that's not all. Stonefish holds the title as the most venomous fish in the world. But here's the good news. Stonefish don't actively seek out humans to attack. They mainly use their poison to defend themselves against predators. When pressure is applied to the stonefish's spine, like when it's being attacked or stepped on, it releases venom, which can inflict excruciating pain, paralysis, and even death if not treated promptly. So if you happen to accidentally step on a stonefish, make sure to seek immediate treatment. Number 7. Seahorse, best papa in the world? Seahorses are probably one of the best dads in the animal kingdom, as the entire pregnancy and birthing process is carried out by the male seahorses. During courtship, females transfer their eggs to a specialized pouch on the male's abdomen. The male fertilizes the eggs internally and then nurtures them within his pouch until they hatch. This process can take from several days to several weeks depending on the species. During this process, seahorse dads regulate the pouch environment, providing oxygen and nutrients to the developing embryos. And finally, when the time comes, the dads go through a series of muscular contractions to expel fully formed baby seahorses from his pouch. Number 6. Pigeon, best parents award? Pigeons probably have one of the cleverest strategies in raising their offspring because instead of leaving all the work to the mother, both parents are actively involved in raising their offspring. After mating, both male and female pigeons take turns incubating the eggs, typically switching roles every 6 to 12 hours. Once the eggs hatch, both parents take part in nourishing and tending to the chicks. They produce a special substance called pigeon milk in their crops, which provides essential nutrients to the hatchlings. Both parents also take turns guarding the nest and protecting the chicks from potential threats. So don't be surprised if you see 2 different pigeons appearing at the nest. Hey, do you like what you're learning? If yes, hit the subscribe button so that more people can benefit from our video. Number 5. African lungfish, a fish out of water. The African lungfish has a remarkable adaptation that allows it to survive extended periods without water. During dry seasons, when its aquatic habitats shrink or dry up entirely, African lungfish burrow into the mud and create a cocoon-like structure known as mucus cocoon. Inside this cocoon, they enter a state of estivation, which is similar to hibernation but occurs during the summer. The mucus cocoon helps retain moisture and prevents desiccation, allowing the lungfish to survive for up to several years until the rains return and their habitat is replenished with water. So if you're out fishing in Africa, consider fishing in the mud. Number 4. Electric eels' electrifying powers. Just like their name suggests, electric eels have the natural ability to generate electricity up to 600 volts. This ability is primarily used for navigation, communication, and hunting. High levels of electricity are commonly used to defend themselves against predators or stun their prey, while low-level charges are mainly used for navigation and communication. And no, electric eels are not immune to their own electric shocks, as they can sometimes unintentionally shock themselves during their hunting or defense behaviors. However, their thick skin does provide some protection against their own electrical discharge. And here's some good news: fatal cases from electric eels are extremely rare among humans. However, multiple shocks can lead to respiratory or cardiac failure. So no, you don't want to provoke an electric eel. Number 3. Dung beetles' mighty strength. Dung beetles primarily feed on dung, which they roll into balls and transport to their nest. Despite their small size, dung beetles possess powerful muscles and leverage that enable them to move these dung balls with ease. In fact, some species of dung beetles are capable of moving objects up to 1,141 times of their own body weight, which earned them the title as the strongest animals in the world relative to their size. If we were to translate this to the size of a human, it pretty much means pulling 6 double-deckers. Number 2. Salmon, the real-life zombie. Salmon is given the nickname zombie fish thanks to their incredibly challenging spawning process. To reach their spawning grounds, they must swim upstream, a task that demands immense energy and endurance. This effort often leaves them exhausted and starving, and sadly, some may even end up as a bear's meal before reaching their destination. But for those who do make it, they muster every last ounce of energy to focus solely on reproduction. After spawning, their bodies begin to shut down and decay, earning them the nickname zombie fish until eventually they succumb to death. Salmon's spawning journey is a true testament to determination and resilience from which we can all draw inspiration. Alright, here comes the animal fact that we find most shocking. Number 1. Parrotfish, the sand maker. Well, it's no doubt that sand can form in several ways. Did you know that a huge chunk of white sand beaches owes its existence to the parrotfish? Parrotfish possess a unique diet. They dine on coral, specifically coral polyps and the algae within them. However, these are usually encased in a hard, limestone-like exoskeleton made of calcium carbonate, making them no easy meal for parrotfish. Fortunately, these vibrant fish have evolved one of the toughest sets of teeth in the animal kingdom and one of the most potent bites just to satisfy their dietary needs. While you might assume their diet is detrimental to reefs, they actually play a vital role in their ecosystem. In addition to consuming coral polyps, they also nibble on algae and other microorganisms that pose greater threats to the reef's health. The most amazing part is after feasting on coral, everything passes through the fish. Since calcium carbonate is indigestible, it emerges as the fine powdery sand that graces our beaches. Alright, that's a wrap for our video today. Which animal fact did you find most amazing? Leave your comment down below. And for more incredible animal facts, check out the next video here. See ya!